Hi everyone, this is Prachi Arya and you're watching India Today with us. Today we have a really special guest present, someone who has crafted his niche in cinema, dashing, someone who has given various roles. Well, no points for guessing of course. Please welcome Gulshan Deviah.
Thank you very much.
Welcome Gulshan to India Today.
Thank you very much. India today is quite red and comfortable. Yeah.
So, someone who has no court father in cinema, your family, you are an outsider. How easy or difficult was it for you to make your way into cinema, the showbiz world?
It became easy the moment I realized that having somebody as a support system is a necessary means. Because I was seeing examples. I remember watching Satya in 1998 and thinking to myself, like, if actors like Manoj Bajpayee can find work and good work and also succeed, what's stopping the rest of us from doing so? We sometimes have ideas and notions in our head that have not really aged well. Maybe there was a time when having some kind of a support system or a godfather or a push or a benefactor had its place, but that's not the world we live in anymore.
Right.
So the moment I said that this is probably this, there's more than one way to do things. So I said, like, okay, there's more than one way to do things, so let me go and try. So that really helped me find courage and hope that I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'll definitely find some work.
But how was the transition from, being a NIF student, a fashion designer, and then turning into cinema? Vast career options, but yes, you opted for it.
It took some time, but then I was always interested in acting from a very young age, So it was not like it's completely alien or something that I didn't understand. It's something that I was interested in. I had the aptitude for it. And while doing theatre, I also realized that I was good at it. So it was not a difficult shift as such. Yeah, I was making some money. I was, my financial security would have been better to continue doing, being with fashion. But if I don't take a chance, then I don't know what all I'm capable of. And then it was my dream to be a professional actor, so I have to take a chance, I took that and fortunately it worked out.
And how was the journey? I mean, since the time you entered into the world of glamour and now the transition, everything, that journey, especially if you look back, how has been your journey like?
We look very glamorous, but it's not very glamorous. There are lots of ups and downs.
I
Yeah,
see
life
you.
is. Yeah. I like dressing up, and I'm totally embracing the whole glamour thing. And in my own style, I have my own way of being glamorous. Yeah, there are ups and downs.
Right.
You learn from mistakes. There are setbacks that sometimes make you very sad, but it makes you stronger when you're able to sort of put them behind you. Adversity sometimes is good, It makes you realize that you are much stronger than what you think. And you have to also come up with ways to solve problems. I'm very satisfied with the journey. Yeah, sure. I wish my career was in a much better position. I wish my perception and my positioning as an actor within the entertainment industry was much higher or much bigger. I wish I had a blockbuster film in the theatrical release. I wish I had all of those things. I have not achieved any of those things. But having said that, I've achieved a lot of things that most people have not been able to achieve. So I'm quite satisfied with that. It gives me satisfaction, confidence that I'm doing something right, and I have the enthusiasm still inside me to look forward to my life and career as an actor.
Do you regret, shooting in the mountains, in the valley, snow-clad mountains, girl in chiffon, and all around, wrapping around you in her arms? Do you regret that? एक टाइम पे ऐसा लगता है कि काश मैं इस पिक्चर का हिस्सा होता.
See, some films you have to see them in perspective. Some films have very glamorous and we liked us in that time.
Okay.
How old were we? Maybe I may have been 14 when I saw that. But the world around us has changed. If I want to still be like how I imagined, my favorite leading man and leading lady a certain way, that may not really work in the world that we live in, And I have noticed that sometimes actors who have aspirations, their aspirations are a bit dated. What they want to do is not really sitting well, and they're good at it, but it doesn't really fit with the world that we live in and the kind of stories that people are telling and people are watching. So you have to evolve with time as well. So absolutely zero regrets.
You don't want yourself to be your arms like this and a heroine would be coming to you Do you get
really
fascinated by these?
No, I was fascinated by them and enjoyed them. I don't know if I want to do it or not do it. My answer is I don't know if I would. It really depends on the story
Right.
and things like. And as I said, if I feel, if some, say for example, an idea is pitched to me, and if I feel that this is too dated, I mean, I don't know if this is like the story of. I'm not able to relate to it because it doesn't make any sense to me living now in 2023. What is this about? It seems too dated. Then I shouldn't be doing it. So if that requires me to do all of that and chiffon saris, then obviously it won't make sense. But if it makes total sense in the context of the film or the project that I'm doing, that I'm doing all of those
Requires
things,
that.
then I'll do it because it has a reason.
Okay. So you are one of those actors who have been very much experimental when it comes to your own characters and roles that you have played on the screen. Is it like a constant decisions, or you're very picky when it comes to a script that is being offered to you?
I take responsibility to curate my career, and it's my responsibility that I'm happy with all the choices that I make. And also, it's my responsibility to be okay with all the bad choices that I might make. And I hope that I have enough wisdom and intelligence to make fewer mistakes in life and learn from those mistakes and not collect too many mistakes that will affect my life or my career. So far, I'm doing quite okay. It is conscious and subconscious also, because consciously I like the diversity and versatility in my career. That's how I'd like to sort of curate my career. It's subconscious level also, I think I'm attracted to these sort of things. So it's totally me to try and be a little diverse. I don't know if I'll be entirely successful in being one of the most diverse, having the most diverse careers. I don't know, time will tell. But as of now, I do consciously sort of, try to sort of keep enough variety.
You are also known as a master who knows languages, a lot of languages, linguistic person I should properly put into. And a lot of South films are really doing good in today's time, considering the fact that we won Oscars also. Why don't you try yourself in South, or maybe explore other avenues other than just Bollywood?
Why do you think I should try?
Because I think that is one industry which is growing rapidly. I mean, Bollywood is there, I would not say in that way, but yeah, South is one
तो
industry.
जहाँ पे फायदा दिखा वहाँ पे जाके चले कर लेंगे, यहाँ अपना फायदा होगा.
But growth, what do you
तो
think?
इधर भी growth हो सकती है ना. I can grow here also. See, there is a very simple reason for me. I grew up watching all sorts of films in all languages. I grew up in the South. I'm more I can speak Tamil, I can manage Telugu, but like not really well. I can speak Kannada. I studied in Kannada, so these are my native languages, But the films that really captured my imagination were Hindi films.
Okay.
Since I was 5-6 years old, I grew up in an environment where my parents used to sing mostly Hindi songs. We are Southern Indians. My parents are from Coorg. I was born in Bangalore. I'm a Kodava. My native language is very different. It's a small language called Kodavatak. That is my language. But something that 5-year-old me, that child, that boy, that little boy was attracted to this universe of cinema through Hindi films. And I always dreamt of being in them. So I never had any dreams about, although I used to watch Tamil films, some wonderful films, and Telugu films and Malayalam, Odia films, everything I used to watch. But I never imagined me being in them. That's the reason why I am working in the Hindi industry, because ये मेरा बचपन का सपना था.
Also, being an outsider, you have always doubted or maybe questioned the sincerity of nepotism that is there. So to what extent do you feel it, hampers with your career, or it affects your career, it's a boost for your career, or something, associated with it?
See, it's a privilege. Definitely, we all have our privileges. I'll give you the example of Vicky Kaushal. Vicky Kaushal's privilege is that his father was not extremely popular or a big star, but he was a respected a person of the industry. And Vicky was exposed to this environment from a young age. So he knew how things work, who is who, how films are made. He was familiar with those. Somebody like me, we had to start from zero. So this is the only thing about privilege. Too much is made of it, I don't think nepotism is an issue at all, because it's a subjective medium. And in a subjective medium such as the arts, be it anything, be it music or painting or like sculpture, or any kind of arts, you can't really measure anything, because it's all based on a subjective opinion. In such circumstances, how do you decide one is more deserving of the other? That decision is also on a subjective opinion or a collection of subjective opinions. So if somebody feels somebody else is more deserving, you may feel bad. You may have your reasons of why this is, you may have an educated opinion at best as to why this is the right or wrong, but you can't say it's merit. So you can't really expect.
Isn't it like, the privilege helps you in paving a path in the industry, whereas an outsider
Of
has
course
to.
it does. Everybody has privileges. Didn't you have privilege growing up that you had a certain quality of education that a lot of people couldn't get?
Afford,
That's
right.
our privilege. What we make of the privilege? Firstly, be conscious of your privilege. I'll tell you my privilege. I'm an only child. My mother is quite sick. She's been sick for a long time. Never once she said, don't go to live your dreams, to pursue your dreams. Stay back. What will happen to me? She never said that. That's my privilege. Because she didn't put that block in front. I don't know what I would have done if she had said that. She didn't do it.
Right.
So I am empowered by that. That's my privilege. What am I doing with that privilege? I'm trying to do the best. I'm trying to have the best of my career. I'm trying to make them proud and say that your decision for not stopping me was the right decision. I'm there freely expressing myself, living my life. I'm making a name for myself, and you're proud. You said that because you allowed me to do so. That is my privilege. I'm conscious of my privilege, and I want to take that privilege and do something good with it.
Also, there's this question that has been, going on in my mind when I watched Badai though. So it was like your character was inspired from the LGBT community. How do you think
It is.
that
It is a person who belongs
it
to
is
the
a person who belongs? So it's like, how do you think the scenario has changed in today's time? Do you think a shift in the curve that has happened over the years?
I think the more we learn about the LGBT community, the more we're familiarized with them. We are always a bit skeptical of things that we don't understand. If we see something new, we don't really understand it. Perhaps the first time somebody saw a rainbow, they were scared by it. But then when you see it more number of times, you start to see it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and you look forward to it, and it's quite rare. So then you're not really scared by something like that. It's the same thing. Like when we're unfamiliar with the whole concept of a sexuality that we don't identify with, we tend to be afraid of it. But through stories, when you are more familiarized with it, you become more accepting, and you start to realize that they are people just like us. They feel pain just like us. They love just like us, except that they may not love the same kind of people that we love. They may not express through their sexuality the same way that we do. Once we are okay with that, it's just people, and those stories are just love stories. It's not that there's a love story between just two from people of the same sex.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a love story, and that's what Badai Do is. Like the track between me and Raj is a love story. It didn't matter to me that it was a man. It didn't matter to me at all, and that's exactly my approach. And that's how you can be sincere and honest to who you are portraying, by accepting the truth. If love is love, then how does it matter who you're loving?
Also, contrary to your filmography and the roles, you've been through a lot of ups and downs in your professional space and personal space as well. So now, given your past and everything, how open are you to find love now?
I'm dating my ex-wife.
That is actually very interesting to hear.
Some would say that open, really. You're going back to see, we have a lot. There is a strong connection between the two of us who is still alive, and I don't want to regret the fact that we never really tried to make it work. So we're trying. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, there's a wonderful friendship that we will share for the rest of our lives. So as of now, we're trying to sort of get back together and taking it one day at a time. And so far so good. It's been really nice. We had a lovely time together in London where I was filming, but I have lots of days off. So I don't want to think too much about it. I'm very open to, I want love in my life. And as of now, I would like to be, like Kalliroi to be that love in my life. And I think she likes me to be the love of her life. Whether this will actually work out or not, time will tell.
Do you have this कि जो गलतियां पहले करी थी वो वापस से नहीं दोहराएंगे?
We've definitely learned from it. We've moved on. Our circumstances have also changed. We're different people. There were other variables that were affecting our relationship. It's a tough business, and then when you don't understand it and when you're not well versed at dealing with a lot of the things that the business throws at you, it affects your personal life also, from both ways, from her perspective, from my perspective as well. So we both have matured. I feel more confident that I am more intelligent, more wise to sort of deal with certain matters. So the things that used to affect my personal life will probably not affect now. I'm able to block them off.
Okay.
So let's see. It's good. I feel good right now, but I don't want to like get too big for my shoes.
इसके अलावा कोई ऐसी तमन्ना जो आपके दिल में हो?
हाँ तो लेकिन मैं तो उसकी तमन्ना तो तमन्ना निकली, तो मैं तो चाहता था कि मैं उसका तमन्ना बनूं, बट लेकिन
आपकी कोई तमन्ना नहीं है?
अब क्या करेंगे, अभी सामने वाले ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया तो मैं क्या करूं?
Okay, you know, कुछ टाइम पहले गन्स एंड गुलाब,
मेरी और विजय की जोड़ी बहुत अच्छी होती है, बट क्या है, बट he doesn't.
I'm looking forward for बधाई दो 3 then.
नहीं, मैं असली वाली जोड़ी की बात कर रहा हूँ. है रोमांस हम दोनों के बीच में है, वो it's there, that chemistry is there, but he likes women. What to do?
Oh shit.
So do I actually. So there's a problem right there.
Okay, so you know, Guns and Gulabs is actually making a lot of noise. You know, the title is very quirky.
All this noise Guns and Gulabs is making.
You know, ever since the posters and everything has been out, it is actually making a lot of noise.
Thank you.
So it's like the title is very quirky and unique. What is the significance, or how do you justify the title? I mean, I want to know कि क्या perception था, how did it came out? Guns and Gulabs.
I had nothing to do with the title. Absolutely.
But you've been a part of the...
Yeah, it's a fictitious place and it's something to do with that. And it's sort of gangster genre. So guns का वो वहाँ पे ये होता है. And there is a certain romanticized idea of a certain world also. So वो गुलाब्स उस हिसाब से भी देखा जाता है. It's a period set piece. It's set in the early 90s. And certain genres of films are also like are romanticized. So I think all of these things will make sense, and you'll see these perspectives, and I think when you watch it, or you can have your own perspective also. But that's the thing, like Raj and DK have their own way of looking at things.
Absolutely.
And it's very quirky and it's extremely entertaining. And we are hoping that this is just the same kind of quirk and entertaining and taking it to another level. And it was fun being part of it, and and I enjoy being part of period set pieces like these stories. I had a lot of fun. I was given a lot of freedom also to interpret the text, a lot of aspects of my character. So that was
any fun
satisfying
anecdote that you would like to share?
Yeah, me and Rajkumar are in it. We filmed for Badai Do in Dehradun. We filmed Guns and Gulabs in Dehradun again. And we are both in it again. And then, maybe not in the same way, but then... yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to comprehend that.
Yeah, maybe the glances that we will exchange will not be the same kind.
Of course. Also, my second last question. You've been working with a lot of directors, you know, Vivek Agnihotri, Anurag Kashyap, and Sanjay Leela Mansari, not to miss. So, kabhi-kabar aisa hua hai aapke saath, you know, on sets where you had a creative deadlock, where you felt that the director is not doing as per what your character demands, or something like that, a deadlock.
Difference of opinion is, the creative field mein wo hota hi hai. You do have difference of opinion.
But does that turn into grudges?
Not really. Not in my case. It's never turned into a grudge. I may have a very strong opinion, or I have not understood something or something like that. But it is never really turned into a serious dislike or a grudge or anything like that. At some level, I'm also a professional, you know. And then you get on with the day. Even if you disagree with somebody. And then if a director, for example, wants a certain way, and I strongly feel that this is not the best way for it, but then if they insist that that's the best way, then I have to go with the flow, you know, because I'm a professional and it's my job also. I'm obligated to sort of do my job as well. But in my experience so far, I've never had any situation that went so out of hand that has resulted in any kind of bitterness or unpleasant scenarios between me and the director. Some arguments have happened, but it's always like settled, and it's always been very civil.
Given the opportunity, you'll work with them again in future.
If it makes sense, yeah, definitely. Everything has to make sense, you know. As we, like, see, you're in a particular job right now. If you're going to take up another job, it has to make sense for where you are in your life. You should be interested in it. It should pay you better. These are all things that हम job ढूंढ रहे होते हैं तो ये सब देखते हैं ना. हाँ, यहाँ पे इतना मिल रहा है तो ये थोड़ा तो ज़्यादा मिलना चाहिए. प्रमोशन मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है. वर्क एनवायरनमेंट क्या है. ब्रांडिंग क्या है जिस कंपनी की हम कहने इज इट अ लेवल अप फॉर मी और समथिंग. Nobody wants to go back. So that's the reason why I'm saying this is that if these rules apply to people when they choose when they are to their jobs, it is similar principles that apply to us where we are right now, whether this project makes sense, whether I'm genuinely interested in it. All of those things really matter. So there's no simple yes and no answer for such things.
And so my last question is like, what are your upcoming projects? When can we see you next? In what roles?
Guns and Gulabs,
Absolutely.
Duranga season 2.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm currently filming for a film called Ulaj. We had a very nice, lovely schedule in London. We have the India portions left. So because of the weather, that's thrown a bit of a
That's
spanner.
Sudhanshu Sariyas.
Sudhanshu Sariyas, yeah.
Nice. You working with Janvi?
Janvi, yeah.
So how is the experience of shooting with Janvi up tak? I mean,
It was good. Like, she's a professional actor. She's very hardworking. She's very busy. She was staying in a different hotel. It would be nice if she was in the same hotel. Yeah. Come on here, Janvi. Hang out with us now. Talk to us. Come on. Very interesting people.
you're saying she's introvert something, or she's just like to stay away
I don't know actually, but she was a very busy schedule. Yeah. And then, because most of it was night shoots, and during the summers, the nights are 5 hours long. And you have to do a lot of work in 5 hours. यहाँ पे हमको 12 घंटे की शिफ्ट होती है, लेकिन 5 घंटे की रात होती है वहाँ पे. सुबह 4 बजे हाँ सूरज स्काई का कलर चेंज हो जाता है. भाई 4:30 बजे 5 बजे इट इज फुल्ली ब्राइट. So yeah, so I'm just joking. I'm just making a joke. Yeah, she was taken in a different hotel. Yeah, she didn't hang out with like us.
Thank you so much, Gulshan. It was actually a delight talking to you and getting into more of your journey and filmography. Thank you.